So in the last video of the introduction, I told you about a 50-mile hike, and I'm going to talk about it real quick. It was Boy Scouts. I did a 50-mile hike. I was like 11 years old, almost about to turn 12. Somehow they let me go. My parents were there. So I've never been athletic. I'm just not. People say I'm athletic or I'm an athlete or something, and it's like, dude, no. And I'm terrible with cardio. I'm terrible. It's a brain thing, dude. It's a mental brain thing. I'm bringing back. I gotta bring back. Look at this. This is a peacock feather, dude, from a freaking peacock that runs around here. But anyways, yeah, put that diseased weird thing. Nature's insane. I mean, just what? How does that work? And going from that, so I'm a kid, dude, and we're hiking Cook's Trail. It's called Mogollon Rim. I don't know, 50 miles, whatever. Um, they had two groups. They had a fast group and a slow group. And for whatever reason, the fast group was the cool kids. Let's just be honest. The slow group was like the fat, dorky, nerdy. Let's even say adults. Who maybe we're not even thrilled doing this because that's what happened. So. And this is terrible. This should never have happened. But so I go with the fast group, and the fast group is not staying together, and it's just dividing. Like, I mean, just separation's bad to the point I'm with another kid, and we're going along, and he's pulling ahead of me. But I mean, we were by ourselves, and we didn't even know where we were going, and it became a point where like there's no trail and we're just walking, and he's gone now, so I'm completely alone, and I'm just going through the forests. I know you don't think Arizona would have forests, but there's just pine trees, rock, and I'm trudging through it, falling logs, stepping over, whatever. I'm alone for a long time. And I just keep walking. You don't hear anything. It's the forest. It's during the week. There's camping grounds of sorts, but there's no noises. There's nothing. And I'm walking, hiking, walking, and I come up, and there's a road. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's like I'm going down, not a canyon. I don't know what you'd call it. But I'm coming, we're just totally off the trail. I mean, I'm following this. I was previously before I lost sight of him, following a kid who's just like, dude, let's go this way. So I come up. I'm completely by myself. I come up on this road, and it's two paths. There's literally a fork in the road. One road goes over a hill, and I can't see where it's going. The other path, it declines and it wraps around. So it's one road, coming up, splits into two. I don't know why I'm describing it more and more. So I just sit at this fork for a while. I walk a little bit because they kind of almost run side by side. And like I said, the one path dips down and the other path goes up and around. So I started kind of walking down the path, not even like 30, 40 feet. And there's a stump there, and I'm sitting there. Now, I mean, I'm lost, dude. I am so lost. And maybe even today, maybe this is a slip of some kind. But I'm really, questioning. I've always kind of been questioning religion and stuff, but I hear things, and it just freaks me out. And then obviously, whatever you call that, confirmation bias. I hate using terms that everyone else uses. But there's a truth there where things make sense to you, or you get answers that you think you're seeking, and they're the answers you want. So I've been like, this is crazy, and I've been rationalizing sort of why I'm not religious. That's basically the truth, right? But in this story, pretty wild. So I'm praying, dude. I'm an 11, almost 12-year-old kid, and I'm praying, and I'm crying. I'm literally crying and praying. I don't know what to do. So what's happened at this point is kids, they've been in the campsite. You know, the kids, they've already made it. I'm like one of the only ones that has not shown up yet. So I'm praying. The path that I chose, I can see down it quite a ways. Once again, there's no noise. If I could hear kids or anyone like ha 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 or banging around or anything, maybe I'd follow it. I'm just sitting there and I'm looking over and someone's walking towards me. And they're down there and he keeps walking and it's my dad. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I go up to him and I'm like, I was lost. I'm telling him I'm crying, you know. And we walked back into camp. I don't know how far it was from that point, but it wasn't close. And my dad, you know, whether that's of God or fatherly instincts, he came and he found me. What's insane is if I would have taken the other path that I couldn't see, analogies pop into my head, which people would say, that's the path you need to take, is the one you don't know. That path, the kid I was with, his name was Patrick. How dare you, Patrick, for leaving me? Really, how dare the adults? They should have been like, hey, man, you know what I mean? And he gave me crap. This adult's like, this is why, you know. But I still stuck with the fast team after it because I didn't want to be with the dorks and the fat kids. Even though I was as bad as the fat kids. I couldn't do pull-ups in junior high. That's how bad it was. The only people who couldn't do pull-ups in junior high was me and fat kids. But the kid took the path that went over the hill. And so he hiked way longer. Somehow that path wrapped back around to the campsite. He says it probably was longer to some extent. But anyways, I just thought I would tell that story. It was pretty wild and freaky. Another quick thing to tell about that, which was it was the first time I've ever had like hamstring cramps. And it was so bad. My dad, we own the truck still. I still have the truck. He had this Toyota truck, and it was glorious because that night he had a blow-up mattress in the bed. And it was like one of the nicest sleeps I had up there. But before that, I was laying down. I was so small at the time. I don't think I could do this as an adult. I was laying flat on my stomach, and this could not have been comfortable. I'm pretty sure about this. It was in the cab. And I put my legs up like a scorpion. So I'm, you know, like you're, just think of, you know, I don't know how else to explain it. But I had my legs up, and I cramped. I didn't know, but I was cramping. I cramped so bad I couldn't straighten out my legs. It was bad, dude. And it was Charlie horses. And they gave me ibuprofen, which now I'd be like, give me salt and potassium. But it helped. And yeah, there's some way more stories of that 50-mile hike. I'm going to say one more thing about the 50-mile hike is I can't remember why, but I quit one day. Something happened. And I just quit. I was crying, same shit. And they picked me up. Two of us had quit on separate days, I think. Might have been the same kid I was following the one day. Or it was another guy. One kid quit altogether. I want to say his name. Nelson. But this other kid who quit one day, we took, I hate saying words, over another time and place during the week. We made up the miles. You know, you gotta make up the miles. So at the end of this, after like months later, we got a patch, a 50-mile hiking patch. And people were pissed that I got it. They're like, you didn't deserve it. But that was it. That was it. Just one time, they're like, you didn't even hike the 50 miles. But I was there for the whole week, and I have pictures and everything. You know what? Maybe I should show those pictures. Dude, I'll show these pictures. All right. All right, then. This is it. Signing off.